I'm Christian Tamblyn, and in tonight's programme I will be in Weymouth meeting with local historian Richard Samways to find out about the history of Weymouth's town bridge.
These two towns had to share this harbour. That led, of course, to a lot of quarrelling, partly because they gained their income from the town, from the harbour, from the customs dues that they took from ships. This quarrel went on for centuries and actually came to a head in the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. And it became so bitter that the only solution that the Queen could find was to join the two towns together by Act of Parliament. Now this joined the two towns, Weymouth and Melcombe Regis, together legally, but not physically. In about 1597, when we know that a wooden bridge was constructed across between the two towns. But it did last as long as about 1716, until 1716. And in that year, the old wooden bridge was in such a bad way that a local merchant, a man called John Tucker, who was a bit of a local crook, I suppose, in a way, part of a family or mafia in Weymouth, he forked out to build a new bridge, a wooden bridge again, which lasted, as far as we know, until about 1769, when again this wooden bridge was in a bad state of repair, and it was decided, yes, we need a new bridge. And so he again paid out of his money for a new bridge. The difference between that bridge and the previous bridges was that he moved it a little to the west. So whereas the old bridge landed you in St. Thomas Street, the new bridge took you into St. Nicholas Street, and that apparently wasn't very popular. That bridge did last until the beginning of the 19th century, and in 1824 the first stone bridge was built across the harbour, and this bridge went back to the old location, St. Thomas Street, and over to the other side of the harbour. Now that 1824 bridge survived until the 1880s, when it was discovered that it was weakening again in the stone plinths. It was rather narrow for modern traffic, and it decided, yes, we need another bridge. But the town council decided it couldn't afford the £30,000 that might be needed to build a new bridge, and simply modified the 1824 bridge. They flattened it, they added an extra iron portion that could swing to allow ships to go through, and that modified 1824 bridge, of course, lasted until 1929, when again a major decision was taken to reconstruct the bridge entirely. And it was that bridge which, of course, we now have called the Town Bridge. What you're seeing here is a slideshow which largely shows us the opening of the new Town Bridge in 1930, which of course was a major event in the town. I mean, the construction of the bridge was a major event, and the town council wanted something splendid to mark the day when it was to be opened. And so of course they invited a member of the royal family, the Duke of York, as of course the day was extremely splendid with a large procession through the town. But one of the nice things that happened was that the first boat to go through this bridge, when it opened up, was a paddle steamer laden with school children for Weymouth at the time.
So, a long line of unsatisfactory bridges. I've arranged to meet my old friend Dennis Stewart, who has kindly agreed to show me the modern bridge in operation.
Talk to the boats going through on the radio. We've also got a link between me and Claire, who's on the other side.
Will all pedestrians please clear the town bridge? The bridge is about to be raised.
On each corner of the bridge there's a hydraulic wedge that stops the bridge tilting. So you have to take those out before you can raise the bridge. And the red lights on here indicate they're out. There's traffic lights on. to the boats going through on the radio, we've also got a link between me and Claire, who's on the other side. The camera obviously checks up the inner harbour, but we've also got Claire on the other side, and will tell me if it's clear.
It's clear to me that Weymouth as we know it today would not exist if it were not for the bridge, which not only connects Melcombe Regis and Weymouth physically, but also socially. So this bridge, which to many a casual visitor is just a tourist attraction, is, as I have found out, as important today as it was in 1597. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Tamblyn's Tales. Make sure you join me next week when I will be visiting Newcastle in West Wales, a small market town steeped in history and boasting a formidable medieval fort.